Right, before we start, I just apologise if there's any background noise. It seems like they're digging up the road, just up the road from here, so if we get any noise coming through, I apologise for that. Right, I was asked about sewing up, how I managed to get such a neat finish. Must make it clear there is more than one way of sewing up. Many people use mattress stitch, some use back stitch. I'll show you the way that I use most often. It's going to probably be a matter of you trying and seeing which you prefer and which you get the best result from. So I'm just going to show you on this hat. It's only a small thing. Normally I wouldn't pin or clip something this small. I could just work it out by hand as I'm going, but just to illustrate what I would do if I was doing on a larger item. So you're going to have certain points on your stitching which need to match. So you've got your rib, so where it starts, and at the end of your ribbing, maybe shaping along the arm or on the body, you want those matched up. Obviously seams for your armholes. So what I would do is pin or clip those points. On this one, I've obviously got a pattern that goes round. So what I would want to make sure is that those patterns line up on both sides. Now, I used to use pins, but having discovered these clips, pins don't come in very often. This is a lot safer way, more comfortable way of pinning it together for me. So what I would do is just go along the whole of the garment, matching up those points and just clipping it those to keep it together. This stage there's none of the, oh, there it is, there's one shape in there, one pattern piece there. That's rather close to the edge, so where it's just begins to shape there, let's put another clip there. Now obviously you're going to be using blunt ended needle and matching yarn. So this is where I finished off the hat on the end. That's gone through a couple of times. I'm not going to cut it off, I'm just going to use that tail then to sew up my side. And what I do is just an overstitch, and I'm using the ends of those rows and I'm going to do over that one twice because it's close to where the finishing is for the crown, so just to give it a bit more stability. And then what I do is just work my way around, making sure that the shapings and patterns are all matched up, and just overstitch like that. And the reason I do it is this is the way that I was taught when I was little, and like with most things you're probably comfortable with what you're familiar with. I have tried backstitch, but I didn't find that I was getting a very tidy result from that. I just seemed to make the seams too bulky. You may find that different items just benefit from being finished differently, so it's worth having a go at all the different ways and finding which works best for you. And what I'm doing, if you notice, is just picking up from one side one loop and from the other the next. So it's right on the edge, and because it's going in through the ends of the rows, you're just not going to get a bulky seam. Just take the clips out as I go. So basically that's what I do on most of my items, and the principle is the same whether it's on a bigger item or a smaller item. I hope that's helped. Any questions, just let me know.